योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि आबाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिम्.
To the talk this evening by Dr. Kannan on mind awareness and management lessons in the Yoga-Vedanta system. My name is Anudana and I'm one of Dr. Kannan's several hundred students located globally who have been studying mind awareness and management in Bhagavad Gita since May 2020 for the past 124 sessions. This actually shows Dr. Kannan's dedication to his role, his teaching skills, and his depth of knowledge in the subject. Dr. Kannan is a Kathakali performer, trainer and researcher and works as the project director of the SNA Kudiyata Kendram, which is a regional center of the Central Sangeet Natak Academy of New Delhi, which works to promote the dance form Kudiyatam. Dr. Kannan has also worked as the director of the Higher Studies Campus at Kerala Kalamandalam Deemed University, where he has conducted several theatre workshops for international and Indian theatre students. Dr. Kannan has developed a mind awareness and management system which is for better understanding the movements of the mind and for also developing the effective functioning of day-to-day activities. Dr. Kannan has been involved in conducting workshops for promoting this system, and it is as part of this that Dr. Kannan is currently in the UK. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Dr. Kannan onto this prestigious stage at the Nehru Centre to give his talk on mind awareness and management lessons in the Yoga-Vedanta system.
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां. Namaste. First of all, I would like to thank Nehru Center for arranging this talk on mind awareness and management. Yesterday in Oxford, I talked the same subject and there were a number of interactions, and I hope the same kind of interaction here. Some of our friends are here who were in Oxford as well. What I am thinking of presenting today is mind awareness and management system, management techniques in our yoga and Vedanta systems. Maybe this is too short period of time to present elaborately in both these yoga and Vedanta systems. But still, in general, I will present how this mind awareness and management technique works in these systems. Whatever we are doing in our life, we are actually utilizing our mind, our thoughts, emotions for involving in various activities. Without using our mind, we are not able to do anything. For example, now you are listening to me, and then you are actually using your mind to listen to me. If you are doing activities at home, you are actually using your mind. Without using your mind, you cannot do anything. If you are working in office, you are actually using your mind. Maybe you are using your hands, you are using your words, verbal language. In whatever way, you are actually utilizing your mind for effective functioning in our day-to-day life. Therefore, without managing your own mind, you are not able to exist at least for one moment in our life. So it is very, very important that we know the techniques to understand about our mind. That is why mind awareness and management. The most ancient text, Rig Veda, even that text talks about elaborately about this mind awareness and management. Why I am talking about mind awareness and management? If you want to manage anything, the awareness is inevitable. Without awareness, you are not able to manage. At first, you need the perfect awareness about that before managing it. For example, if you can imagine a garden, maybe many of you might having your own garden at home. Then in your garden, you have to plant various plants and small trees, and then you have to manage your garden so that it is existing beautifully. For that purpose, you need to have awareness what is there in your garden. No? Without having that awareness, you are not able to manage it. If you have perfect awareness about that you can manage it perfectly, then your garden will grow more than what you are expecting, right? Similarly, your mind is also like a garden. If you are able to look at your mind, if you are able to see your own mind, then you will be able to manage it properly. That is the system existing in our tradition. All these yoga tradition, all these Vedanta tradition, all this our traditional religious system is actually for the purpose of observing our own mind. For example, Lalita Sahasranamam, very famous religious book, everybody are reading it. In that book, it says, Manorupekshu Kodanda, Panja Tanmatra Sayaka, Manorupa Ikshu Kodanda. The Lalita Devi, she is actually holding a bow of sugar cane on her left hand. And on her right hand, there are 5 arrows, flower arrows. So this sugar cane is the symbol of mind, actually. So Manorupa Ikshu Kodanda. Ikshu Kodanda means sugar cane, the bow with sugar cane on her hand. So here, that sugar cane shows it is a symbol of mind. So all these deities, not only Lalita Devi, all these deities are actually the symbols representative of the internal form of human beings. It is not just worshipping these gods. Actually, we have to read, we have to try to understand these deities to have perfect knowledge about what they are trying to tell us. They are trying to tell us something, these deities. The yoga system more clearly says, Patanjali defines yoga as yoga chittavritti nirodha. So yoga means, the word yoga means samadhi or one-pointed state of mind. That is the meaning of the word yoga. Yuj samadhau. Yuj, the root of the word yoga is yuj. Yuj means samadhau. When your mind is pointed, one-pointed, then it is called yoga. So yoga means you have to focus your mind. If you want to focus your mind, then chittavritti nirodha. Chittavritti nirodha. You have to control the activities of your chittam. Chittam is actually not just mind. Chittam is the inner mind where all your vasanas, samskaras are stored. It can be called as store consciousness. For example, whatever we are doing, according to our yoga system, whatever we are doing, there will be an impression in us. If the impression is positive, it is called punyam. If the impression is bad, we call it papam. So papam and punyam, that bad impressions, bad samskaras, bad vasanas, that create unhappiness. And good vasanas create happiness and leads us towards good activities. So all our activities, for example, now you are here. You are here because of the impression, because of your inner samskara, vasana. The tendency, subtle tendency inside you leads you. Okay, mind awareness and management. Okay, I will listen to that, what it is. So that feeling you are having because of this subtle tendency inside you. That subtle tendency is because of our previous activities. And all these previous samskaras, the subtle tendencies are kept inside this store consciousness. That store consciousness is called chitta. Therefore, when you are doing something, naturally this inner tendency comes forward and influences for taking some decision. For example, if you are going for some kind of festival or something, many things are happening. Then some people go for certain things and other people go for another kind of activities. No. That is because of your inner tendency, samskara. That inner tendency leads you. Yoga is the system to build up positive tendencies inside our mind. That is how it is actually controlling chittavritti nirodha, building up positive samskaras. For that purpose, yoga asks us to do practice regularly. It is called abhyasam. Through abhyasam, Yoga Sutra says, abhyasa vairagyabhyam tan nirodha. Yoga chittavritti nirodha. Abhyasa vairagyabhyam tan nirodha. The control happens through abhyasam and vairagyam. What is abhyasam? Abhyasam means continuous practice. Practice with conscious purpose. For what purpose? For example, if you are writing an examination, then you have to go through some kind of practice before writing the examination. That practice is abhyasa. But that is for a limited purpose. After writing the examination, then your abhyasa stopped. If you are a performer, similarly, you are going through practice for a long time. That is abhyasa. But that is for the purpose of performance. But here, the abhyasa is for the purpose of controlling your mind. How is it possible? If you want to control, when I was studying psychology, when Dr. Suresh sir, he used to say that control is vigilant suppression. If you suppress your mind, it is dangerous. The suppression is control without vigilance. If you suppress your mind with vigilance, then vigilant suppression of your mind is called control. So you are able to control your mind, but you need observation. You need to observe, you need to see each thought, what is happening in your mind. Is it possible? Naturally, that is a question arising in the mind. Is it possible to see all my thoughts? It is possible. It is possible. We can, as a gardener is managing his own garden, you are able to see your own thoughts. For that purpose, Yoga Sutra says there are some parinamas, transformations, step by step, some transformations. If you are ready to go through these transformations, it is possible. The first transformation is called Vyuthana Nirodha Samskarayoho Abhibhava Pradurbhavo Nirodhakshana Chittanayo Nirodha Parinama. The first transformation is Nirodha Parinama. Nirodha means control. And that transformation should happen inside you when you are seeing each thought appearing in your mind. For example, you are thinking, oh, now if I get a tea, that would be better now. Then that's a thought coming in your mind. Then you are seeing it. You are seeing Abhibhava. That means you are seeing. And then you control it. No, not now. Now the lecture is going on. After the lecture, I will have tea. So then you are controlling it. So that Abhibhavam, it should happen in front of you. That means you should see that. You should observe it. After that, the control. So Vyuthana means the appearance of a thought. Nirodha means control. Both should happen. When thoughts are coming in your mind, at first you observe it and then you are managing it. That is mind awareness and management. Be aware of it. This is traditional technique. This is how the yoga process is going on. And this is the first parinama, first transformation. The second one is this Nirodha Parinama. If you are able to control like that, for example, if you have 100 thoughts in your mind, and if you are able to at least control at least 10 thoughts in your mind, you are not able to control all these 100 thoughts, but you are able to control at least 10 thoughts in your mind. Then, as we said earlier, that creates a kind of samskara inside you, a kind of tendency inside you. So then whenever new thoughts come in your mind, you are able to see that and you are able to control it. So this becomes a kind of nature. When it becomes a nature, that becomes a parinama, a transformation. This is called the first transformation. That means whenever new thoughts in your mind, for example, these kind of urges, desires come in your mind, you become aware of it. The second one, sarvartha taikagratayoho kshayodayau chittasya samadhi parinama. That is the second transformation, samadhi parinama. So firstly, we are able to see the movements of the mind and we are able to control it to an extent. And secondly, you have a number of intentions for your mind. When you are reading a book, you feel, oh, now it is time to watch the movie. You are watching the movie. while you are watching the movie. Oh, this is time to call my friend. So then you are moving. So like that. So it is not, your mind is not able to focus upon one thing. So sarvarthata means going towards several things. Sarvarthata ekagratayoho kshayodayo. This sarvarthata, your interest towards various things become less and less. And ekagrata, one-pointed mind, that becomes stronger and stronger. That is the second parinama. As I said earlier, if you work like this, abhyasam, training, then this becomes a habit of your mind. In our day-to-day life, we are able to do this. This is not for any special people, no. This is for everybody. In our family, we are able to do that. When you start talking something which is not necessary to your family members, or when you are in the work office, if you are doing something unnecessary to other people, then immediately you are able to see that and then control it. That is the technique. Once you are doing it regularly, slowly, that becomes a habit. And then some people, when we look at them, we can see that they have some kind of good control upon themselves. It is because they have practiced this for a long time. Similarly, if we do like that, this sarvarthata will become less and less. Sarvarthata means our mind going towards various things. And then one-pointed mind, one thing at a time, attending one thing at a time. And earlier I said abhyasa vairagyabhyam. I would like to explain that word, vairagyam. I am using these Sanskrit words because we are talking about yoga. This yoga system is a Vedic system, and also through Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, it is explained elaborately. That is why I am using these Sanskrit words. And if I need to explain more the meaning or something related to that, please ask me. I am ready to explain. Okay. So, here abhyasa vairagyabhyam tannirodha. Vairagyam, ragam means attachment. Our mind is having attachment. When you are sitting here and listening to my words, then naturally your mind goes to something related to maybe your family, something related to your work, something related to something else. Then you are sitting here, but your mind is going there. That is because of your attachment. That is called attachment. When we are doing something, if our mind is going towards something else, then that is attachment. So that attachment is the reason for lack of our concentration, lack of one-pointedness. If we are able to reduce that distraction by reducing our attachment, then this one-pointed mind will grow inside us. That is the system, our traditional system. There is no shortcut for that. There is no shortcut at all. This is the only method. Because if you observe, if you know about your mind has a nature to stick to various things. There are two kinds of mind. One is this sticky mind. The mind is having attachment. Another mind, which is transformed mind, no attachment at all. Focused mind, one-pointed mind. So these two kinds of mind. So if you are able to develop yourself, if you are able to practice yourself to transform your own mind into that stage, where it is not stick to various things. When you are seeing something, your mind goes to that. And when you are seeing, I usually say one example. You are sitting in the office your attachment about your house, your family. And when you come to family, your attachment about the office work. Then what happens? You cannot be peaceful at home, you cannot be peaceful at work as well. This is because of the nature of your mind. Then the mind is having attachment by its nature. That need to be transformed by reducing this attachment. How is it possible to reduce the attachment? That is the yoga system completely. There are various methods. He says, Tal pratishedhartham ekatattva abhyasaha. Ekatattva abhyasaha. Some kind of focused activity you do. That ekatattva abhyasaha. Ekatattvam has another meaning. Ekatattvam. One tattvam, one reality, one satyam. There is only one satyam, that is God. No? So think of God. That is also ekatattva abhyasa. We can take it in another sense, like focus your mind upon something, whatever it is. For example, morning walk. You walk with completely focusing your mind from completely one aim. Like some people say, I am walking towards my work for 30 minutes. That is enough for my walk. That cannot be considered as ekatattva abhyasa, because you are walking for the purpose of reaching your office and you are walking back to home. So otherwise you are walking towards shop. Then your purpose is to go to shop. That walk won't work. Walking for the purpose of walking. You understand what I am saying? No? When we are reading, I am reading a novel, and if it is a very good novel, then I won't stop. I will read it for hours and hours, but that cannot be considered as ekatattva abhyasam, because you have a purpose, another purpose. You have a purpose of understanding the story and enjoying the story. That cannot be considered as ekatattva abhyasam. If it is ekatattva abhyasam, then there should not be any other result from your action. The action should be for the purpose of action. In Bhagavad Gita, it says, karma bhala tyagam. The result of the action, I renounce the result of the action. That means I am not worried about the result of the action. That kind of action is actually sadhana, or this process-oriented action. We can call it process-oriented action. Result-oriented action and process-oriented action. When we are doing some action, we are thinking of the result. As I said earlier, when you are writing an examination, your interest is in getting better result, naturally. And even after the examination, your mind is about, what will be the result of the examination? What will be the result of the examination? We will be worried about that. That means result-oriented action. But process-oriented action, another student, I have studied well, and whatever I can do, I just did. This is what I can do. I wrote the examination as perfectly as I can. Now, whatever the result, it comes. That is process-oriented action. Both these students, both of them get the result. Definitely both of them get the result. Whatever action, it has a result. The doer will definitely get the result, no doubt. But the state of mind awareness. So the state of mind, that is important. That is what the state of mind makes an action result-oriented action. The state of mind makes an action process-oriented action. So the process-oriented action is necessary if you want to bring your mind for ekagrata. It says, sarvarthata ekagratayoho kshayodayo. The ekagrata should develop inside you. If you want to develop your ekagrata, one pointed mind, then your mind should be one ready to do process oriented action. That is one way, very easy way, which is described by Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, and also in Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna explains this aspect with a lot of importance in it. But Yoga Sutra is not giving that much importance for that, because Yoga Sutra is a text for yoga system. But Bhagavad Gita talks about our activities for survival. All of us are doing our activities for survival. You need food, you need shelter, you need other facilities for your existence. And for that purpose, we are doing various activities. And we transform these activities itself. For example, working in office and working in your community, working in your family, and all these activities you make process-oriented action instead of making it result-oriented action. You just do it. The result naturally will come to us. That is mind awareness and management. We are actually teaching our own mind to be like this. It is not easy. As I said earlier, we have to see each thought, we have to read. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it the same thing what you say as
Karma Yoga. Exactly. The Karma Yoga, as described in Bhagavad Gita, it is the same in Yoga Sutra as well. Yoga Sutra says Kriya Yoga. Both are the same. Tapa, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani, Kriya Yoga. Here in Bhagavad Gita, an action always will have a doer, Karaka, Kriya, Karaka, Bhalam. Always there is a doer and always there is a result. Any action, whatever action it is, you make tea, then there is a doer and there is a result. So for any action, there is a doer of the action and the result of the action. And you understand, you realize that I am not the doer. The doer is the nature. The nature is actually doing. Now I am talking. If you ask me, are you talking? Yes, I am talking. But if you ask me again, really, are you talking? Actually, am I talking? It is actually it's a cosmic action going on. At the same time, various activities happening. My action is actually one among all these cosmic actions. But I think that I am talking. Is it like that? So we realize that I am not the doer. Whatever action we are doing, we feel that I am doing. For example, you are working in the office, or you are with your family members, or you are with your friends, then you think that I am doing. But if we are able to realize the fact that I am not the doer, I am only a part of the cosmic dance. If we are able to think like that, if we are able to realize, then our action becomes something else, no? It goes into another level. That is Karma Yoga. And the result also. I think that the result is because of my action. I think, oh, I am teaching, so many people are learning. So that is not right. My action is only one among various actions happening at the same time. So I am actually a part of all this cosmic movement. And the result also happens as a cosmic movement. Right? So if I am able to realize this, then I never feel that I am the doer. I am only a part of the whole movement. Joyously a part of that is Karma Yoga. So tapaha, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhanani, kriya yoga. That is another aspect of the same thing whatever I have said. This is what is described in Bhagavad Gita, but Yoga Sutra says in a different way. In Yoga Sutra, he asks, Patanjali asks us to transform our mind through working with your body. As I said earlier, you have to see your mind. Many people say, I want to see my mind, but I am not able to. I want to see sincerely, but I am not able to. How can I do that? Then Patanjali asks, can you see your body? Can you see the movement of your body? Then yes, I can see. I can see the movement of my hands. I can see the movements of my body. So then you work with your body. That is asana. For the purpose of awareness. Now many people work with their asana for some purpose. To become slim and beauty and like that, or healthy. So that is result-oriented action. But here Yoga Sutra asks for process-oriented action. So you are asked to do asana every day, every day, every day. You do this asana. Asanas, you know that, no? Various asanas, Padmasana or Surya Namaskar, and like that kind of physical movement. Patanjali is not giving that much importance to asanas, just to have the awareness of your body, very minimum asana. Sthiram Sukham Asanam. You should be able to sit without movement, sthiram. Sukham, comfortably, and you should not feel pain. So, sthiram Sukham Asanam. So then you start observing your body. You are developing awareness of your own body, which is comparatively easy. For developing that, he asks you to become more truthful. Yamam, niyamam. These are two ethical practices. Yama, niyama. Without yama, niyama, these asanas or any other practice won't work. Yama, niyama, that is ahimsa, satyam, asteyam, brahmacharyam, aparigraham, all these yama. Being truthful. And niyama, shaucham, santosham, tapas, swadhyayam, that your some kind of rules in your life. So being truthful and following some rules, ethical rules in your life, that is necessary to keep your energy from losing. Your energy should not be wasted. It needs to be controlled inside you, kept inside you. For that purpose, these yama, niyama are necessary. With these restrictions, controlling your food, controlling your sleep, controlling your relationships with other human being, relationship with various things in your life. So this is one: food, controlling your sleep, then controlling your relationship, then controlling your free time activities. When you get some free time, whatever activities you are doing, that you need to know, you need to control. Then working with your duties. So all these aspects, these will help you to understand yourself, will generate an awareness about yourself. For the purpose of mind awareness. Having mind awareness is not easy. So for that purpose, at first you are asked to control your activities. Then you are asked to see your breath. Now you are listening to me. Even while you are listening to me, you are breathing. No, you won't stop breathing. I am listening to Kannan's talk, so I am not breathing now. Nobody can sit like that. We are breathing. I am also breathing. I I am not thinking about that, but unknowingly I am breathing. But consciously I am observing my own breath. That is called pranayama. Prana ayama. Ayama means control or exercise. The exercise with your own breath. Actually, what is breath? Breath means the expansion and contraction of your lungs. Am I right? Right? So, actually, when you are attracting air, your lungs are expanding. And similarly, when you are exhaling, your lungs contracting. So, the movement of your lungs, that is because of the movement of your muscles on your body. So, you are able to observe your own inner part of your body. In asana, you are actually observing the external part of your body while you are moving your hands or your body parts as part of asana. You are observing the external part of your body, but through pranayama, you start observing internal part of your body. If you are able to do very small kind of minimum pranayama every day, maybe 5 minutes of pranayama every day, after 3 months, after 6 months, you will see that the awareness growing towards internal of your body. So that is the purpose. Then your mind was always going outside. That mind gradually starts coming inside of your body. That is called pratyaharam. Next step. So asanam, pranayamam, pratyaharam. Pratyaharam means the mind which is always going outside, which is always interested in various things outside yourself. Then that mind comes back inside you. Then naturally you are able to see your own thoughts. You are able to see your own emotions. Then your mind become ekagram. Ekagram means one pointed inside you. That is the purpose of asanam, pranayamam, pratyaharam. This is a practical system. Practical system. We can practice it when we are doing our activities. When we are doing our activities, then we are able to observe how my body is, how I am holding my body, how my breath is working. Always, whenever you are working, how my thoughts are going, how my emotions are working. So these 4 layers we are able to, even now you are listening to me, now you can observe your body. Now you can observe your breath or the inner energy of your body. And you are able to observe your feelings. Are you happy or are you bored? So all these you are able to observe inside you. What kind of thoughts coming and going in your mind, you are able to observe. This is the system. And when you are able to observe yourself, naturally your mind will come to a kind of stillness, a rest, because you become the observer of your body and mind. Naturally, that point is called dharana. There comes real yoga, because yoga means yuj samadhau. Yoga means the one-pointed mind. Therefore, when you are able to observe your body, when you are able to observe your mind is moving, your mind is working, your body is moving, always your body is moving. Even if you are standing or sitting without movement, inside you, various parts of your body is moving. You can hear some sound, even some sound from your body, naturally. So it is continuously working, but still you are able to observe. That observation of your mind, observation of your thoughts, observation of your emotion changing. That emotion is emotion. It always moves. It will never stay without movement. But the observation the observation of your body, the observation of your breath, the observation of your mind, that stays without movement. And that is called yoga. So through this system, our ancient rishis, they have given us a very good system, a very good practical system with which we are able to become the observer of your body and mind. You become the knower. You are not just the doer. Of course, your body and mind is doing action. But there is an observer, an observing faculty inside you, continuously seeing. This is called Purusha. Purusha. In Sanskrit, Purusha does not mean male. When it is added with Stri and Purusha, then Purusha means male. But here, Purusha means individual, both man and woman. That Purusha aspect, the individual, the real individual in me is an observer. My body, my mind is continuously working, but me is actually observing. That is called Purusha. That Purusha is the observer, and strengthening that Purusha is the method in yoga. For that purpose, initially, all activities what we are doing in our day-to-day life, if we are doing at home, if you are among your friends, if you are working in your office, and whatever you are doing, always you are observing yourself. And then some kind of practice, asanas, exercises, or walking, things like that, that helps to strengthen the observation. And then you sit for some time, only being the observer. You consciously stop all other activities, like your body, you are not functioning. Consciously, you are not breathing. I can breathe. I am breathing. But if I do not breathe, there is a natural breathing happening. I am just observing that I am not breathing, but I am observing my breath. So that is another aspect of it. And also the thoughts. I am not thinking anything. I am not thinking of a form. I am not praying. I am not doing anything. I am just sitting. When I am sitting, when I am not moving my body, when I am not breathing, natural breathing will definitely happen. And then that life force inside me is functioning. My heart functioning, my body part functioning. And I am just observer of it. I am the observer. And I wish all of you are able to do this process. No need to spend a lot of time for that. With awareness, with this kind of a knowledge, because knowledge is important. So this kind of, I always say this is an education system. Our mind awareness and management is an education system actually. So by educating ourselves, if we are able to do this, we can have a beautiful life. And if we are having beautiful life, the society also will become beautiful. And if you have some questions, we can spend 10 more minutes with some interaction. And I am thankful to each one of you to be here patiently for listening to my words. And let me conclude. Namaste.
Over to you.
Sir, I would like to know, what about multitasking?
Okay.
Is that good or bad?
Right. Very good question. Multitasking. That is something, an imagination. Multitasking is an imagination. No human being can do multitasking because by its nature, our mind cannot be attended cannot be used for two things at the same time. Your mind can do only one thing at a time. That is the nature of mind. Then how can we do multitasking? That is the nature of your mind. For example, if your mind is working through your eyes, you cannot hear. If your mind is working through your ears, you cannot see. That is how, because now you are looking at me and listening to me. That is happening because of your mind is very fast shifting. Your eyes, ears, eyes, ears, eyes, ears, like that. Even that happens because that is we call mind the manovegam, no? Manovegam. That is quite often we use this word manovegam. That is because the mind shifts very fastly. Therefore, if you want to be successful in your work, always do focused work, one thing at a time. But at work, you will have to, attend more than one tasks at the same time. That is called multitasking. Then actually, you are doing fast shifting. You are doing something here and then you are talking and again you are doing something. So two things. Then you are shifting very fast. If you are aware of this reality, you can do this so-called multitasking successfully. This is not actually multitasking, fast shifting. This fast shifting can be done successfully if you know this reality. And on the other hand, if you think that multitasking is possible, oh, I am not able to do multitasking, many people are doing multitasking, I am not able to do, I am bad. You think like that. Actually, it is not because you are bad. It is because no mind can do two things at the same time. So, if you practice this fast shifting, your mind will allow. Because by nature, mind is very happy to shift. Like that. Shift from one thing to another. Very happy. If you teach your mind for doing it, will become more successful. This is what the feedback I get from various people. It is clear, no?
I did try to do it consciously.
Right, consciously.
My question is, so you did touch upon the fact about food, what we have. So what our food habits have the role in this mind awareness and how does it affect us?
Right. There are two levels of activities for these food habits. One, the nature of your body, that is actually built up through the food you are consuming. That the food you are consuming, what kind of food, with what state of mind you are having it, how much you are having it, the interval between your meals, all these actually affect both your body and mind. So therefore, choosing our own food is very, very important if you want to work with your mind. For various purpose, various kinds of food is necessary. And this food has another aspect, like your desire for food. So controlling food means controlling this aspect of your mind as well. So controlling 10% For example, you have 100 desires, 10 desires you control. All other 90 desires you are not going to control, like that. So if you are controlling 10%, that will help you to have awareness about the nature of your mind. If you totally control, then your mind will go astray and mind will become an enemy of you. If you should not make your mind your enemy, but very slowly, like if you are having 10 chocolates, you may reduce it into 9 chocolates, then reduce into 8 chocolate after some time. So slowly. Then that continuous process, controlling of your food, controlling of your sleep. How control your sleep? Not by stopping your sleep, by deciding the period when you will wake up. For example, you are sleeping at 10 o'clock. Then you decide, I will wake up at 6 o'clock. Or I will get up at 6 o'clock. You may wake up earlier, but you will be on bed for some time. And then like that, you decide. We call it small success upon your mind, upon yourself. So controlling your food, small success upon you. Controlling your sleep, small success upon you. And you choose your friends. There again, relationship, all kind of relationship. Then whatever things you are using at home. In my room, whatever things I am using, the books, my pen, and like that, whatever things I am using. There are some people who are putting a lot of things at their room. That is not good. If you want to control, if you want to have this kind of a clear mind, then you should choose whatever I need. Only such things you use, not many things. Not the relationship. And similarly, what you are doing during your free time. So like this actually affects your mind. The controlling happens through controlling your food, controlling your. Then the awareness also develops. What kind of food I need? You feel after some time, oh, I need some fruits, I need some rice, real rice, like that. So you feel like that. So that kind of awareness we are able to develop. It's clear, no? Yeah.
Thank you very much for a wonderful talk. I was just wondering, you talk about controlling the mind. A human generally will suffer some tragedy or trauma in their life. What does yoga say about that? And in relation to controlling your mind, because at those times you sometimes can't control your mind.
Yes. So, when I talk about control, it is not to make our mind unnatural. I don't mean to make our mind unnatural. There is a natural way of working of our mind. It will fall into a kind of attachment, and these attachments might create some kind of unhappiness. As you said, the traumas happen, the accidents happen in your life, and these kind of reactions happen in your mind. But through our process, through controlling your activities, through observing your body, your prana, breath, and your thoughts, emotions, you are able to understand the nature of your mind. For example, very close person, that person dies. Then you know your own mind, already know through this practice. So you know what kind of reaction my mind will have. you don't want to stop it, because that's a part of nature. That is how we are. So this will happen. And when you have a failure, you will go through a very difficult time, like depression, things. So sukham and dukkham. Sukham means comfort, happiness, and dukkham means failure and happiness. These both are natural in our life. So it is this awareness we are having. It is not permanent. Our mind falls into a ditch, but it is not permanent. It will come up after some time, and you give some time, you patiently wait, you observe yourself. So you are the observer of your mind. You understand what I am saying? If we are able to develop this awareness, this is the yogic mind. A yogic mind definitely affects everything in our day-to-day life. A yogic mind is not like a straw, like a rock. It has all kind of emotions in a good way. All these emotions are natural. That is the awareness the yogi is having. So we allow our mind to become happy, we allow our mind to become unhappy. But both are not permanent. Sometime you will be happy, then another time you become unhappy, then even this will pass away. So the awareness of the observer helps the person to get rid of this trauma. Is it clear? So the best way is to develop the mind awareness and management. That awareness itself is management. Because if you have the awareness, then you are having the awareness of the truth. You are having the awareness of the truth. Therefore, through the awareness itself, you are actually managing. Is it clear what I am saying? So maybe 10 minutes passed. Can we conclude? Anything more? Okay.
See, we talk about control of the mind, which is possibly the most difficult thing in one's life.
Sure.
There's nothing is more difficult than that.
Yes.
So you talked about this action-oriented work and also process-oriented.
Right.
And the preference is to go for the process-oriented work. So can we put it this way, that the one who's doing the action is responsible for takes ownership of the action, but not the results. He does not bother about the results of the action. Can you put it this way? That ownership is his, but not the results. That is not what he.
That is very difficult, because if I have the ownership, I always think that the result is also because of my action. No, I don't have the ownership as well. Consequently, I am doing the action. For example, now I am talking, but this is not just my action. This is a part of various activities. This is only a part of it. It's only a consequence. My action. Because of that reason, the result is also in the same way. It is not my creation, the result. It happens because of a larger cosmic movement which is continuously happening. See, from our birth until now, for all of us, our body parts are continuously working. Is there any ownership for me in this activity? Nothing. I am not even aware of various activities happening in my body. Then how can I take ownership of my other activities? It's only a feeling. I feel that I am working. It's only a feeling. Actually, it's a part of a very gigantic movement happening at the same time everywhere around us. Even listening to my talk is also like that, because the meaning you are understanding, I don't know what kind of meaning you are understanding and what kind of circumstance in your mind you are listening to these words, I don't know. And what will happen for each one of you about this action, this meaning, I don't know. So we do not know exactly what is happening at present and what will happen. We do only very little thing, and on the basis of that very small awareness, we are actually functioning for our existence. But if you practice this kind of technique, like you strengthen your awareness, then more than our survival, more than our day-to-day activities, another kind of awareness about the existence of this cosmic reality that develops inside us, that will give us more peace, more meaning to our existence. This is the purpose of mind awareness and management. And thank you for the interaction. And
thank you.
I sincerely thank Nehru Center for organizing this and for everybody who are supporting our activities, the mind awareness and management. We are continuously going through our classes and discussions, and we are learning together. So once again, I express my sincere thanks and happiness, and let me conclude. Namaste.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om.